Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube. We have, well, they've selected the correct card. Remand is probably what we're going to be taking. There is Entomb, and I think Entomb might lead to overall better decks. Like the Nut Reanimator deck is a good deck, and people give me, I guess, gripe for not playing it. But here's the problem that I have with the Reanimator deck is like, let's say I take Remand, and my goal is to go into mono blue. I could end up in mono blue, I could end up in blue white, blue red, blue green, like all of these different color combinations that are pretty good. By taking Entomb and going into Reanimator, you get a lot of cards that are really only good in like one specific archetype, which is like black Reanimator. Now there's blue-black Reanimator and stuff, like they're very good, but like if I take Entomb and don't go into Reanimator, I guess like the best thing you can do is get like a Strip Mine if you have Crucible of Worlds, or sometimes you can grab like Past in Flames if you're playing Storm, but overall, I just like this card is so narrow, and I really don't like starting on narrow cards. So I'm gonna take Remand. It's just good in everything, and like we'll just be much more open. In hindsight, we could have had Entomb Exhume, but even then, I don't think it's like amazing. We could just take. Well, there's a couple options. I feel like this card is 100% unplayable. I want to read it again. You turn something into a 4/4. Yeah, I feel like that card is 100% unplayable. In like, okay, we'll say 99% unplayable. I'm sure there's a deck if you have like 15 Moxes and you just need, I guess it's an okay Tinker target. So maybe that's the use. It's just a 1-mana artifact. Here we have to decide between Underground Sea and Brazen Borrower. I guess, is it Signet's also interesting? I think I'm just going to take the Brazen Borrower. I want to distance myself from black a little bit now that people are taking, someone's probably taking Entomb Exhume and drafting the Reanimator deck, and we could just take the Brazen Bee and be pretty happy with our life. Ooh, there's a High Tide. I do love me a High Tide. I also love Thalia. It's a bit weird in this type of deck, but in general, I think Thalia is very good. Dechrome Coast is interesting. If you want to go blue-white like Solitude, it seems really sick when you're like, you just have a million card draw spells and then you just have this free Swords to Plowshares. That seems really good. I'm going to speculate on a High Tide. It's unlikely I actually end up playing it, but if I do, it's going to be awesome. We'll take Muldrifter. Palancron obviously is good with High Tide, but I'm not married to this card. Like it's more upside than it is like something I'm guaranteed to force. And this card's good. If we wheel Palancron, that's fine, but we don't have to. Here we can take Phantasmal Image, just really good in so many different situations. You know, your opponent has a Gristlebrand, you copy their Gristlebrand, copy a Chupacabra, all these things is nice. The only case where it's bad is if they have a Kaldra Complete in play and you copy their creature and it's a 0/0 germ. So we're just gonna take this, staying blue if possible. Okay, what are we doing here? I do love Glorybringer. That's an option. There is Gush, not the best combo with High Tide, but it is good if you end up in like the mono blue cheap spells deck where you're like Gush into Remand and then cast a thing and keep going. Monastery Mentor is also typically quite strong in these types of decks, so maybe I just take the Mentor because it is like an alternate win con and stuff. And Gush probably will come around. The downside of taking, I guess, you know what? Could take Thassa's Oracle too. It's a fine win condition. Let's speculate a little bit. There's expansion. We can copy High Tide, Remand. Wait, how does this work? So you cast Remand on their spell, and then you expansion a copy of Remand targeting your Remand? That doesn't really work as well as I would have liked. So I'm just going to take, I'll take it. There are other things, like if you get Frantic Search and stuff, it's quite good. But otherwise, it's not amazing. There's Kozilek. The utility of Kozilek is he lets you reshuffle your deck if you do have like High Tide and you discard him. So that way you don't run out of win conditions. Council Judgment. Liliana, that is a pretty late Liliana. So I could take her. Yeah, I think that has more upside than Kozilek. That I'll speculate on it. Again, I don't think it's super likely we go that direction, but not impossible. Ooh, Revelark is good with Image. Brazen Borrower? No. Image, Muldrifter, Thassa's Oracle. I'll take a Revelark. Then we get Recruiter of the Guard versus Power Would kill some green cards. Guess. Probably more likely to play... Well, I don't know. If I can end up blue-white, that'd be really good. I just have the one Liliana. Yeah, I'll take this. Okay. There's Thalia and Solitude. The problem is I passed like all the Celestial Colonnades and stuff already. I feel like Solitude is probably better in this deck than Thalia would be. But I do have a love for Thalia, so probably not Lilianing. I'm probably not High Tiding. I think we're going to be a nice blue-white tempo deck if if I have everything my way. I will take Cave of the Frost Dragon. The best part about this card is it only costs a single white, so it's pretty easy to splash. Then we get Oust. Do like an Oust. Yeah, we're missing out on Colonnade though, which really hurts. I think I took like something silly over Celestial Colonnade. I feel a bit embarrassed about that, but that's okay. We got Cave of the Frost Dragon, which is still worse, but fine. Probably not playing this now. And we know white is open, so like it's also possible we just end up in mono white. Yeah, white is open. Wait, they have Honor of the Pure in the cube, and they also have Paladin class or Cleric class or whatever? That's quite strange. I thought this was replaced by it. Here I'm gonna take Mox Sapphire. I don't think there's much of a debate. Rishiden Port. Actually, there is a slight debate. This card is very important, but not as important as this. That was the whole debate. Flooded Strand, I probably just have to take if I want to fit these blue cards in my deck. And I think I do want to fit them in. So we'll take the Strand. Gideon I really like in these decks. Vendilion Click would be sweet. If we get Time Walk, Soulfire would be awesome. And then Legionnaire is just always pretty good. Okay, there's Archangel Avacyn, Kythian, Celestia Signet, Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga is interesting. We do have a Mox Sapphire. And we could just go into more of an artifacts theme. Like, Archangel Avacyn is good, but I don't love her. We could take Kythian. I think I'm gonna take the Saga. I think the upside is there. Like, it's high enough that, like, sometimes this is a land that just gives you 2 3/3s and turns into a blue source. And that's a lot of upside, especially if you're like, if we end up with as many counterspells as I would like, which is maybe 3 more. I don't know, like Mana Tithe, Miscalculation, Mana Leak or something. Then you just hold up counter magic, and then if they don't do anything, you Urza Saga or make a construct. It's quite good. Ooh, Tundra. I think I gotta take this Tundra. There's a lot of good cards that should come around. Hopefully, I guess. Trinket Mage, Mishra's Factory, Blade Splicer, Hangerback, Wrath of God. So I guess now is where we'd start to decide, do we want to play Control? Because I think Control generally wants like 1 Wrath of God effect, and now's a pretty easy time to take it. If we're playing aggro, Blade Splicer or Hangerback is probably where we want to go. I do like Blade Splicer because we're playing Revelark. So that's something. I mean, it's kind of good in both. So I think I'll just take it. And there's a chance Wrath of God comes around. It seems like nobody was picking up white in the last pack. We got a really late Thalia, but the downside is we did pass that Thalia. So maybe someone took Thalia and is moving it on white weenie, and that would be a little bit sad. Ooh, a lot of good options. Sword of Temptation, Wasteland, Vryn Wingmare. Looking at Wasteland, I do love this card, but I think Solar is just so good, especially when we have Revelark. We just take that. Wall of Omens I like. Opposition's good too, though. Yeah, let's take Opposition. You don't really get to draft blue-white Opposition tokens very often. This is kind of an interesting Sanctum Prelate deck. I guess I'll take it. She's good in some matchups. I think if we name one, right, there's a lot of decks that shuts off. Okay, we get a Rishiden Port. I like that more than Armageddon. Although we do have Opposition, so that is... Huh. No. Rishiden Port's so good. Again, the base rate is just, this is a land, right? Like, Armageddon is a 4-drop that you put in your deck and sometimes isn't good. If you don't want a Rishiden Port, that's fine. You just cast spells with it instead. We'll take the Soulfire Grandmaster in case we get Time Walk. There's a chance we end up running Thassa's Oracle, but I think the rest are kind of dead. I also, at least right now, I'm not running Honor of the Pure. But we do want tokens to go with Opposition, so I will take a bunch of things. Kythian for the 1-drops or Archangel Avacyn. I think I need a lower curve, so we'll take Kythian. And Selfless Spirit. Winter Orb is kind of funny with Opposition, but I think just the cheap creatures is where we want to be. Trinket Mage or Mishra's Factory. Right now I just have 1 target for Trinket Mage. I'm going to take the Factory. There's a Vryn Wingmare and a Tithe Taker. Alright, well, I'm not playing Thassa's Oracle. Potentially not even playing Sword of Temptation if my blue mana isn't good enough. So far it's okay, but I'm not married to that card is what I'm saying. We have Flicker Wisp. There's a splashable Oko. Question is, how bad do we want to make our mana? And the other question is, what's the opportunity cost of speculating on Oko? Right now it seems to be Disenchant or Dismember. I think I'm just going to take this Dismember. Something good's going to come around, right? Flicker Wisp, Disenchant. Even a Coercive Portal I'd probably play. And our deck is missing removal, so I'm just going to take the guaranteed removal and then go from there. There's Hallowed Fountain. That makes my mana a lot better. Upheaval's not great in this deck. Brainstorm, we have, I guess, 2 fetches off Urza Saga, so maybe I'll take it on the wheel. Sun Titan is fine, but I'm just gonna take really good mana now. This basically lets us potentially play Sower now because we have Hallowed Fountain, Tundra, Flooded Strand. So at least 3 fixing plus Mox Sapphire is like kind of a guaranteed blue source, same with Urza Saga. Alright, here's some more removal. Take a path. Nothing. I mean, Silverblade Paladin's okay, but we'll just take path. Here, ooh, a Danto Vanguard, Detaxian Probe, Loyal Warhound. This only gets planes, so we can't use it as mana fixing, or basic planes. The other one, it was double white. You can get any planes, and that card was a lot better because you could just put a Tundra in play. I love Detaxian Probe, but I guess one of these might come around, right? I'm gonna take the Probe because it's just always gonna be good, and then we're gonna wheel Vanguard or the Warhound. Vanguard's so good though. He's gonna come around, I believe. Seasoned Hollowblade versus Dam. Yeah, I'll take the Hollowblade. Containment Priest, I like. Seagate Stormcaller can copy Detaxian Probe, Path to Exile, Oust. Can't really copy Remand. I don't think that's good enough. I'll just take the Containment Priest. Ooh, Treasure Cruise versus Elite Spellbinder. This one's actually kind of interesting. The card draw is pretty relevant, but it's going to be hard for me to get cards into my graveyard with this deck. I'm probably not playing land tax. So that's something to consider. And the 3-mana 3/1 that like disrupts them is relevant. It's also good with opposition. I think I'm just going to take the Spellbinder. I could see a lot of like situations where my hand is... Ooh, wait, is this a good Yorion deck? I have Containment Priest that's bad. Spellbinder, Blade Splicer, Solitude, Moldrifter, Revelark. I think Mana Tithe is better. It's just like good interaction for like no mana. Here we get our Flicker Wisp, which is kind of good. Sun Titan, Field of Ruin, Godless Shrine. Well, now I have Flicker Wisp and Phantasmal Image. I kind of want to take the Sun Titan. And now that I have all of those, I guess I'll take a Silver Blade. Playing land tax. So this is 35 total with 8 lands. So 27. So I need to make a lot of cuts. I guess Sanctum Prelate gets the cut. It's a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Every time I'm like, I just don't want it. Okay, we get the Warhound, which I think is... It's definitely worse, but it's fine. Do I want Ravages? I mean, I have a lot of kind of generic 2-drops. Take Ravages. It's really good in some matchups. I don't think I main deck it, or maybe I do because I have a Mox. I don't know. Basically, the 3/1, like, I'm already looking for cuts, and it's going to be some dorky creatures. Vicious Deed. In hindsight, Thalia would have ended up good in this deck, but I was trying to be blue-white, and then there's just literally no blue cards. So it's hard to be too mad about that. Dismember. What am I cutting? I don't think I want to start Sun Titan or Ravages. I think they're fine out of the sideboard, especially on the play. Oust, Path, Mana Tithe, Kithian. This deck is not amazing, but it's not terrible. I want to cut a 3, I think. Silverblade, Flicker Wisp, Vryn Wingmare. I like Vryn Wingmare if we are on the opposition plan. Also just cut Recruiter. Well, it's good with Flicker Wisp and it's good with Revelark. I guess I can grab Sower. A Recruiter getting Sower is really good. And it's toughness, right? So I can grab Brazen Borrower. Yeah, okay, Recruiter's good enough. We'll cut Soulfire Grandmaster. And then this is probably a 16 land deck. No swamps. 4, 3, so this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 blue sources. That's plenty. And then white sources we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's probably enough. This goes here, this goes here. My curve is a bit weird. I probably do want Sun Titan, which means I guess I can cut Containment Priest from the main. And then I have Jataxian Probe. Yeah, I think 16 land Jataxian Probe is fine. We'll run it like this. Alright, we're playing against Bordy Bordy. We're gonna go first. Yeah. I'll keep this hand. We get to turn 1 Kithian, turn 2 Seasoned Hollowblade, and then we can start Urza Saga-ing or Rishadan Porting depending on what's going on over there. Kinda like this hand. And we could also, if we want to, hold up Solitude and play it safe. I kinda hope they strip mine or wasteland me. Right, I feel like this Solitude is going to be useful. Do I trade? I feel like because I have Urza Saga, I offer the trade here. Because this is going to give them value over time, and once it gets flying, it is going to be problematic. This also gives them like the illusion of maybe this could be, yeah, okay. And then I just block with Seasoned Hollowblade. The question is, what land do I play? I think given what I've been seeing, I kind of want to Urza Saga, and then I can just activate it next turn. Let's do that. I don't think Rishadan Port is going to be good against the Dragon's Rage Channeler mono red deck, but I think making, you know, 3/3s should be pretty good. And Solitude will also be good. The lifelink, flash, all that. Upkeep, they bolt my Kithian, that's fine. I'm actually kind of excited to see how good this deck ends up being. Whoa, okay. They're doing more things than I expected. Okay, so we do that, we get construct stuff. Play a land and attack with Seasoned Hollowblade. Jeskai Dragon's Rage Channeler seems worse, but I guess it is like filtering their draws and whatnot. But I'd like, if they're holding up counter magic, I could just Urza Saga, and then Urza Saga again, and then I get my mana back, and I think I'm gonna have enough to activate Rishadan Port. That's so sick. They are attacking. Do I want to trade? I mean, if they have a burn spell, they're gonna cast it anyway. That's fine. Right? Like if I do that at end of turn, they're just gonna kill it no matter what. So I might as well call their bluff. Upkeep. So we can draw and do this in response to the trigger. Make another construct. Then we get a Mox. Yeah, I can Rishadan Port here. Play this. Attack for 3. Port down their red source on upkeep? Seems reasonable to me. Their deck seems very red focused. Next turn we could just cast Solitude if we need to. Okay, I'm sold on Urza Saga. This card's insane. I'm also not sold on Dak Fate, and that card is... it's just miserable. Ugh, okay. Will they steal my construct and then hit me for some damage? Selfless Spirit. So when we kill Dak Fate, the Channeler is going to become strong. I guess we just attack Dak Fate now. See if they block. Okay. Let's discard a card. Give them indestructible. And then I can hold up the ability to kill this. What do I want to do here? They only have 2 cards in hand. I mean, I'm not that scared of the Dragon's Rage Channeler, so I think we're just going to go Selfless Spirit. Play a fetch land. Fast turn, and then get rid of their blue mana on upkeep now. Because the Selfless Spirit essentially guarantees we get to kill Dak Faden. I guess they could get Delirium post-combat, and then keep this as a 3/3 blocker. But then they have to trade with Seasoned Hollowblade. Yikes. Okay. Nahiri is problematic. So Nahiri deals with the Hollowblade. Can't do anything about that. They're down to 1 card in hand though, and the Dragon's Rage Channeler, I don't really care about it. Let's fetch our duel. Let that go through. So we get to kill Nahiri. Ooh, this is really good. Let's play this, play around days. Oh, not play around days, I guess. Cast this, kill the Channeler. Then we kill Nahiri. They can Dak Fate in my Mox, so if they have like a Consecrated Sphinx in hand, we're in trouble. But they get basically this turn for that to happen. Okay, they're not stealing a Mox. Wait, this card has Flash? Okay. This card has Flash. I guess there was no reason for me to do any of that. I had no idea it had Flash. Stoneforge, as long as they don't get... Like, if it's just a Batterskull, that's fine. That card's scary. Battle Display my Mox, cast it. So this is 5/5, first strike, trample, indestructible, haste. And whenever this deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. Cool. I have no way to lock them off of white mana, so I guess we just start attacking. Attack them, attack them, attack them. They have to block with Solitude. This doesn't have lifelink, right? Yeah. I think this makes the most sense. I think Dak Faden's fine, but we can race the Caldra Complete. And I can sacrifice Selfless Spirit to preserve this, but I think the flying is just what I want, right? They fall to 7. I take 5. And even if they kill my Selfless Spirit, the Cave of the Frost Dragon kills them in 2 turns. Wow, they discard Teferi. And they scry 2 cards on the bottom. Okay, sounds like we're just gonna get hit for 5. It doesn't have reach. No, it just has every other every other ability basically. What even is this card? Why does this exist? I actually don't mind Mana Tithe here. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack them. Now they're at 2, so both of my attackers are lethal. And I have Mana Tithe for whatever else. I'm also seeing a lot of their deck. It looks ambitious. Geist of St. Traft, Arid Mesa. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. I guess I'm just going to Mana Tithe that. Because it's never going to be good otherwise. And if they have Teferi plus a 2-drop, this does stop them. So here's the question. Do I sacrifice Selfless Spirit to deny them a card draw? Or do I just replay it because it's lethal next turn anyway? I think I just replay it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, I don't have enough mana for that. I was supposed to sacrifice it. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Sower on the Phyrexian Germ would have been good too, but this feels like they just die here. Okay. Yeah, if I play Sower, that just gives them out. So they're playing a lot of things. This feels like a Ravages of War matchup because their mana is really bad. Containment Priest doesn't really do anything. Dismember feels okay. They have a lot of burn. I guess I don't need Oust. Although Oust does deal with the Caldera complete. So does Dismember. Actually, a lot of my removal does. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Oust. Run it like that. Yeah, I don't love this hand, but it does enough. There are some situations where Elite Spellbinder into Silverblade Paladin just gets there. I do get to play this. Because, like, my opponent's deck is very slow. Oh, that's awesome. Step down your Needle Spires. I love Rishad Import. Get out of here. I get to stop them from casting stuff, and then I get to Elite Spellbinder like their best spell. Ooh. Would have been good a little bit ago, but I'm gonna hold this in hand until I know like whether the coast is clear from deck fade-ins. Let's play the Spellbinder. See what's going on over there. First Lightning Face Fetters, Lightning Helix, Spellseeker, Teferi. If I take Teferi, they're basically just never casting it. Yeah, it seems fine. All the other cards are so cheap that I don't like really care about them. Or like, you know, if I make Burst Lightning cost 3, they can still cast it. By making Teferi cost 7, he's just kind of gone. And then I think Blade Splicer should clean up against the rest. I also know that if I start tapping down... Interestingly. I guess the more expensive one makes sense. If I start tapping down their blue, like if they don't Spellseeker here, I guess they will. Lightning Helix is gone. They drew Nahiri. Alright. They discard Fate's Fetters. So they have Burst Lightning Spellseeker. We might be in trouble actually. We're just drawing only planes, and I can play the Mock Sapphire, but then they can eat it with Nahiri. But that does stop them from casting Spellseeker. Actually, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We do this. And on upkeep, we Rish it and put down the blue. Because now they only have Burst Lightning and the 3/3 Golem is just there. And if they downtick Nahiri, she does die. Yeah. Okay, they discard Fumarole, they play a land I didn't know about. Okay, they draw the blue for Spellseeker. Yeah, that's unfortunate, because now they can just block. Grab Preordain. Okay. They do Battle Display? Come on. Okay. I mean, Remand does something, I guess. So they're gonna ultimate Nahiri, and I guess just hopefully not so scary. We're gonna send a double striking Blade Splicer at him. Oh, okay. That goes through. At this point, I guess I just hold up Remand. Interesting. These are all exchanges that feel pretty good to me. I'll let them preordain. Problem is Remand doesn't really stop Burst Lightning. Okay, the Shieldbreaker is fine. Now Remand does. Okay. I like Bryn Wingmare. They land. Just swing out at Nahiri. They're gonna try and cast Burst Lightning. When I get to remand it, they only have a single red available. Remand that. This is like max value out of remand. Ooh, Selfless Spirit's good too. Here he goes down to 2. Kind of like playing Vryn Wingmare. 2, 3, 4, 5. It just makes it so much less likely we get hit by Teferi or anything like that. They discarded Frost Titan? Okay. Well, their hand is Burst Lightning 1 unknown. They kill their Wingmare for 2 mana. But we still have Silverblade Paladin with Double Strike. Ooh, Kithian's good. This is only, he only transforms if you attacked with him and 2 other creatures. So let's go land. I kind of like playing Selfless Spirit pre-combat just to see what's going on. Braid, Silverblade. Okay. So given that, I think I just don't attack. We play Kythian. They've cast Burst Lightning. They have 1 card in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have to Rishadan port so they don't cast Teferi. I think I want to port down the Needle Spires. Because the creature actually is marginally relevant. Your last card is Unholy Heat? Oh, they've had it all. Okay, fuck this. So now we're in pretty bad shape. But we know they have no cards in hand. They drew Fact or Fiction for a turn. Alright. I don't think I'm winning against any of these. Yeah. Shadow Skull Smashing is not amazing, I guess. So I guess we'll give them these versus Splinter Twin. I don't know. We're not winning this game, that's for sure. Okay, they take the land. So Teferi's coming down next turn, I believe. Did they not play the land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I guess they don't want to play Teferi. We can pass to exile an Embereth Shieldbreaker. That feels really not correct. Let's just attack. Oh, I don't even... We're like so dead. If I attack Nahiri, they just let it through and then exile Kythian and then I just have a Blade Splicer. If I leave them with Nahiri, I guess they've shown they don't want to ultimate Nahiri, so maybe we do just let this happen? I guess decking them isn't out, right? We could draw Sun Titan now. Fairy Time Reveler. Honestly, that's fine. I've already used my like 1 counter spell. We have 12 cards in deck. They got rid of Splinter Twin. Hope they attack with the Shieldbreaker. Den of the Bugbear is kind of annoying. Okay, play that. Gives me some blockers, I guess. At this point I probably do need to start caring about my life total. So I want to path the Channeler. And then port down... I don't know, we're still so dead. We're tapping down Den of the Bugbear because it gives them permanent creatures. My worst possible draw is Mock Sapphire. I don't know why I say that, but I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can play Teferi and have 1 mana up. Okay, there comes Teferi. I mean, I think decking them is my avenue to victory here. I need to keep them off of Teferi Ultimate. Play Mana Vault, sure. They have 1 card in hand. Yeah, I need to just keep them off of Teferi Emblem for as long as possible. And they can activate Den of the Bugbear on defense now. Oh, okay, let's do this. Cast Sower. I only have 1 card. Steal this. Then they can bounce Sower with Teferi. I really do kind of want to flip Kythian. Because then they can't exile him with Nahiri. So maybe I actually just pass, right? Because they can block with Den of the Bugbear. I don't need to Rishadan port either because they just have infinite mana. So we just pass. And I really want to activate Urza's Saga because again, flipping Kythian seems like my route to victory here. So just making any additional attackers is great. It's interesting they played the land, right? Because they probably want to activate Nahiri. Oh, did they just have an instant speed Wrath? Huh. It felt like Teferi Bounce Sower was the line. Okay, they don't want to do anything. That's fine with me. They get to untap 2 lands. If I win this game, I will be ecstatic. Activate this. No. Make a construct. What? Oh, they exiled my mocks. Alright, well, that's fine. Play the factory, because now I can pump my construct and move to combat. See if they let me swing with Kythian. There's not like a ton of stuff. I mean, Cryptic Command is the worst. But like, removal spells don't really do it, because I can just give Kythian Indestructible. It's just really weird they didn't want to bounce my Sower of Temptation. Shatter Skull Smashing Instant Speed. Oh, that probably does it. I forgot I gave them that. But I can activate Mishra's Factory. Make my construct a 3/3. And then I still have attackers. We just swing it to Teferi? No, wrong Teferi. Hero of Dominaria. Hero of Dominaria. Hero of Dominaria. And Kithian, I'm gonna have to give Indestructible. Oh, did I mistap? Oh no. I was supposed to use this for its own mana because now I can't Rish it in port and give Kithian Indestructible. Yeah, I think I messed up big time actually. What does Kithian's flip side say? Tax him if able until your next turn target creature gains Indestructible. And tap that creature. Alright, I guess I'm gonna lose my board, but keep Kithian. That seems to be what I'm going for. If I could tap this down and then give Indestructible, this would be insane, but alas. This is all I can conjure up because I forgot that this gets Summoning Sickness after you turn it into a creature. So they block Needle Spires on the construct. Oh, okay. This works out for me. Kithian flips. And we're going to give this construct Indestructible. Okay, this works for me. And I'm not going to tap on upkeep. They have like infinite mana. I'm just going to tap if they try and start attacking with Den of the Bugbear, basically. In fact, I guess I don't even tap because they can untap lands using Teferi. Oh, they just have that guy. Ugh, Teferi's so stupid. Okay. Oh, they did this in the wrong order too. I'm okay with that. Oh, they're just doing both? Okay. So... Activate Nahiri. They're going down to 4 cards in deck. No, they're not. They're just upticking. Okay. Uptick that Teferi. Range sequencing, but we'll take it. I'm going to tap down Den of the Bugbear. Oh, wait, no. Let's tap down Needle Spires because I can actually trade with Den of the Bugbear. Yeah. I think I can kill their Teferi now. And if Teferi goes down, like how do they not die due to decking? They swing both at him. Let's make you into a creature. Oh, they have a burn spell? Ah! Alright, now I lose. I mean, they had to have that card. But now I'm super dead, I think. Okay, we'll probe. What's going on over there? Cave of the Frost Dragon. What do they have? Stoneforge Mystic, Mox Pearl. I mean, their hand is really bad. I'm not giving up because there's a... I guess I should have not paid life. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I paid life, but it is what it is. Their hand is so bad. Right, these are all gone. It's just these two. Okay, they uptick this Teferi. They go down to 2 cards in deck. Teferi Ultimate's at 8, so... I don't think there's a way for them to... Needle Spires is fine. Yeah, I don't think there's a way for them to ultimate Teferi without decking themselves. If I take 5, tapping this down. This has been one heck of a game. If I lose because I paid life on Jataxian Pro, I'm going to be deeply upset with myself. But I feel like I just hold up Cave of the Frost Dragon as blocker because I trade with one of their creatures. Right, they draw down to 1, Teferi goes up to 7. They're going to have to start down-ticking Teferi on himself. And I draw Solitude. I can't flash this in on their creatures, but I can just cast it. Eat this. Last turn. Their hand is Stoneforge Mystic, 1 unknown. Fever Exarch taps down Solitude. Winter Twin is gone. I guess maybe if their last card is Kiki-Jiki in their deck. Or do they tap down Rishid Port? That makes sense. Okay. Well, it's gotta be Kiki-Jiki. I don't know how else they get through this. Their hand is Stoneforge Mystic, 1 unknown. They can start down-ticking Teferi on himself to put him into their library. But I don't think they have enough stuff in play because they can never activate this Teferi. They can start down-ticking Nahiri, but I just played defense. Okay, they put Teferi on him underneath. Okay. Actually, no, they can, right? They can down-tick Teferi here and then draw, and then they'll draw Teferi for turn. So maybe there is an avenue, but this involves they have no usable spells now, and I can just draw answers. I think they should concede, but I don't know. It depends on how good these lands are. They've used their Deceiver Exarch. I can trade Solitude with Den of the Bugbear, or honestly just block the token it creates. So their deck is Library, Stoneforge, Teferi, and 1 unknown? Okay, they Needle Spires. I like the no Den of the Bugbear. I'll take 4. Alright, it really all comes down to what their last... I think it's just the last card. They bounce... Oh, clever. Last card is the Goose. Okay. You know, there actually is a world in which they win this, I guess. It involves me drawing no spells. Dismember. Honestly, I might actually lose because of the way I did this. So we're gonna pass turn, I guess. They play this. They might tap down Rishid Port. I guess it makes sense to tap down Solitude, yeah. Oh, I can't dismember at instant speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I block here. I tap down the Den of the Bugbear. I actually lose because of this! Oh man! Alright, yeah, I lose. Alright, well played, opponent. Right, they get to attack me for exactly 9, because I take 4 there. I can tap down one of their attackers. It'll be Den. Then I block the Needle Spires. And I can't dismember at instant speed. Yeah, well, right now I'm okay. They just attack like this? No, I'm still dead, right? Because the 4/4 block here, I take 6, 7. I actually don't die. This is a 3/4? Let me think about this. So if I block the Needle Spires, this dies. If I block Den of the Bugbear, it doesn't. And then I take 1 plus 2 is 3, 7, 8. I go to 1 life. I think this is still better though. Because they can't bounce with Teferi. Oh wow. Wait a second. If I had tapped down their Tundra, I guess then they can just cast Teferi using Needle Spires, but they have to cast Teferi this turn. Okay, so they do that. I think we might still be okay. Do this. Take 4, we only go to 5. Don't know why they didn't attack with the Deceiver Exarch. Ah, that makes some amount of sense. They play Teferi, they make Teferi tuck himself. Forget to uptick that guy. Flicker Wisp. Does Flicker Wisp do anything? I guess it blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's Flicker Wisp. Think this. Last turn. I don't know who's winning or who's losing anymore. I think they can level up to Teferi and then Deceiver Exarch my Rishadan port, but now my Flicker Wisp can kill them? I'm at a relatively healthy life total. Yeah, activate Needle Spires. I guess I'm okay just trading the cave away for this. If I port this down 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's just port this down, yeah. Because they can't also attack Den of the Bugbear and cast Teferi. Yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. They blink Teferi. I think I might still be doing this. They should attack for 1. This is a good attack. I have no response. You had a Narset this whole time? Okay. I'm not aware of that. Ooh, that's good. Fast Recruiter. Use the ability, yes. Mole Drifter, Phantasmal Image, Season Hollowblade, Brazen Borrower? Ooh, I have a plan. No, that doesn't work. I guess I get Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image, my Recruiter. Ability, yes. Let's grab Brazen Borrower now. And then kill their Teferi. Okay, now I can dismember stuff. Well, no, I can't. Never mind. Who am I kidding? Now if they try and activate their Teferi recklessly... Needle Spires... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So I think I let this go through. I'm just going to chump block it. And then when they play Teferi and activate it, I Brazen Borrower the Teferi. Block this one. Take 1. Because they don't have 10 mana to double cast Teferi. None of this matters. This goes through. Petty Theft you. And I think this should win the battle. Because he's now in hand, they can't recast him. And they deck. Stoneforge doesn't do it. Yes! Okay, and then they die. Player land. Go ahead. Draw your card for turn. I'm fairly certain this worked. Oh my gosh, what a game. Oh, okay. That was... I feel like I made a couple mistakes, but I'm very proud of how I ended up finishing that one out. Whew, that was just round 1. I'll see you guys next round. Alright, we are playing against Caveman X. We're going to keep this hand. It's on the draw, but it's not the worst. We have Rishadan port Kithian. We can see what's in their hand to know like which key turns to Rishadan port them. So overall, not too mad. Going to pay life here. That almost ended up costing me last game. But I think my opponent misplayed on 1 critical turn. Although I don't even know if they did because they needed to have mana to play Teferi. Signet, Metamorph. Oof. I guess Rishadan? I can't even Rishadan port. Let's just go Kithian. Them being on the play makes this pretty rough. Stonecoil, Hangerback, yeah. I mean, they probably play Signet. Interesting, okay. I'll take that. Flooded Strand, do something. I guess I'm gonna just Rishit import. I know they can level up their Hangerback Walker, but I do have Path to Exile to deal with that eventually. And like locking them off of casting Signet seems useful. Interesting. They didn't want to level up the Hangerback. Okay, that feels like a clean time walk to me. There's a Revel Arc, so we can get down Elite Spellbinder. This doesn't have reach. We can take, I guess Hangerback Walker's gone. I just take Stonecoil Serpent. Playing this, play the Spellbinder. Oh, okay. I guess I just dismissed. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, I took my own screenshot because the reveal hand trigger was bugged or something. Ulamog and Bolas' Citadel are pretty much dead cards, so I think I just want to take... At this point, maybe I just want to take a Signet and leave them with like these really bad Serpents. But I guess they could just play both Signets. I'm just going to take Stonecoil Serpent. Pass turn. Right now their hand does nothing. I mean, clearly they have Tinker in their deck. If they only had one Signet, I would take it. But because they have two, they can already get up to 3 mana. And now they have a lot of mana. I wish it, like, would update the reveal, but that's okay. I can cross off Stonecoil. And then I think they're just going to go Signet, Signet. Although, they could Phyrexian Metamorph Elite Spellbinder and then... No, okay, Dimir Signet's gone. Into Izzet Signet, so that's gone. So it's Metamorph, Citadel, and Ulamog. That's fine with me. Ooh, that's gonna be good, I think. It's so good against those X cost. I can attack with Kynthian, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't want to give them flying blockers. Let's play Flooded Strand and pass turn. I will port them on upkeep. Just makes Mana Tithe a little bit better. Soul Ring, okay. Their deck is getting scarier. 1, 2, 3. They're still ways away from Ulamog. They can cast a 3/3 Stonecoil, which I would probably just Mana Tithe because I really want to get Revel Arc down next turn. Ooh, no, they're gonna Metamorph. I like it. This probably hits something. That's some really key insights. Did they hit Spellbinder? Yeah, alright. The worst part about all of this is now they know about Mana Tithe. I can path their Spellbinder. I can path the Hangerback Walker. I feel like my best bet is just winning in the air, so just do this right now. Not surprisingly, they take the Revel Arc. I'm just gonna fetch up a Tundra at end of turn and hope to draw something. I don't know, maybe I kind of regret exiling their thing because Stonecoil Serpent's much scarier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can make it like a 6/6 reach trample. Get Tundra. Oh, well there you go. Let's swing with a Spellbinder. And Remand, Rishit Import, Mana Tithe, I'll play Plains. And I'm gonna tempt on the red, because maybe they have a double red spell hiding somewhere. Tap down this. So I know the cards in their hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, they're 1 mana away from Ulamog. The sickest part is by playing around Mana Tithe, they also get to save mana for Hangerback Walker. Alright, remand that. Ooh, that's a clean answer. I like that. Take Blade Splicer as well. Let's attack for 3 in the air again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if they draw a land, Ulamog costs 10, right? Oh, it's 11 mana. Okay. I'm not scared of 11 mana Ulamog. Let's play a Blade Splicer, because now we can flip Kynthian. Do that. And I'm actually going to play this untapped. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're really far away from Ulamog because we also have Rishit Import. Then they're going to play this giant dude. I'm going to Flicker Wisp it, and I'm going to hit him for 3 in the air and then 6 in the air, and they're going to die. Acceptable. We go land, Flicker Wisp. And that, I mean, that's pretty much just game unless they draw Tinker, but they have Bolas' Citadel in hand, so that doesn't even work. Flicker this one. And I think I want to attack with Hangerback Walkers, or with Kynthian, right? Do this. Because I can swing with all of these. Just get the most damage down. Now they take 6, they go to 3, and now both of my flyers are lethal. We're going to give Elite Spellbinder Indestructible. And then we tap this. So I guess Tinker gives them Hangerback Walker tokens, which kind of matters. I like the attack, but I have an indestructible creature. I guess if they drew Lightning Bolt, they can now bolt their own Hangerback Walker. I don't like this. I don't like whatever's going on. Oh, that is in fact a draw. Alright. Okay. They don't... I mean, they get to go Soul Ring, Signet stuff. If they play this wrong, I can Mana Tide their Hangerback Walker, and that would be so sick. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go Tundra, Kithian. Discarding Rin Wingmare, Plains. Another Blade Splicer. Because I want to Elite Spellbinder away the Ulamog. They make a 3/3. That's fine. Like Season Hollow Blade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're nowhere near doing anything, so let's just do this. Gives me lethal next turn off the Flicker Wisp. And depending on how they sequence this and like what mana they're holding up, I may just cast like a Cautionary Elite Spellbinder because of like how much Flicker Wisp wins. Right, if they have Counterspell, I know about it. If they don't, then I just heal them next turn. Yeah, alright, let's exile Ulamog. So I could have gone for lethal. It is what it is. Now I'm kind of dead to Tinker, I guess. But if I go for Flicker Wisp and they have like Cryptic Command, I'd much rather cast Elite Spellbinder there. Yeah, I think most of the time this is the correct line. Sanctum Prelate. I can name 3. Naming Tinker seems very strong against their deck. Containment Priest. They have both the Citadel, so this doesn't really stop anything. So I think it's going to be in with the Prelate, like the Wingmare. Probably out with Sun Titan. He's good, but he's very expensive. Yeah, I'll keep this. This hand can beat anything that's not a turn 1 Soul Ring. Like if they just go turn 1 land go, this should be pretty good. Rin Wingmare Sanctum Prelate, naming like 3 and 2 should also be decent if I can hit another land. So just not Soul Ring. Of course it's Soul Ring. It's always Soul Ring. Alright, well we have Remand, which will at least give us a higher chance of hitting lands. Yeah, I'm just gonna Remand the Signet. Especially, it looks like they're missing land drops. They might have sequenced really well to prevent this, but okay. Land? Brazen Borrower. Ugh. If I draw like anything there, I'm in good shape. But I guess we can like Brazen Borrower the Signet. That'll put them back a little bit. Leaf after this. I don't have to discard. I don't know. There's also... That's really frustrating. Alright, go ahead. Because basically the reason for these lines is if I just draw Sanctum Prelate, I can name 3 for Tinker. And then they can't do anything. Well, I can Mana Tide that one. That's pretty nice. Come on, deck. Land, please. Come on. Go ahead. Now they can cast a 4-drop. Chandra, yeah. I mean, we're probably dead. Because they can Chandra into Signet now. And they can kill my Prelate. Alright, Probe, what do you got going on? Upheaval, Treachery, Metamorph, Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play this untapped. I can play for Wingmare, they just kill it with Chandra. Phyrexian Metamorph I don't care about too much because I can just cast Solitude. I can play Sanctum Prelate naming 5 or 8. I guess I do this. This kind of forces them to use Chandra and make sure that they can't cast Ugin next turn. And if they don't kill it, then I can like Phantasmal Image the Rin Wingmare or something. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Now they can like Metamorph their Soul Ring and that lets them Ugin next turn. Okay, if they're doing that, I can Sanctum Prelate for 8. And they don't have double blue for anything, and they can't Chandra my Sanctum Prelate, so... Actually, this is the perfect line. The chosen number is 8. Go ahead! I mean, there are so many draws they could have that decimate me here, but currently they can't cast any of the known cards in hand. So that's spicy. And does Treachery work? Treachery does not stop this either. But like, a single blue for Upheaval actually isn't even that good. No, they hit the blue! But, let me think about this. So they can Treachery and Uptick. They can Uptick Chandra and then Upheaval, and that'll give them, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Upheaval puts them back down to 2. Then they can Soul Ring into a Signet. I mean, it's not the worst case for me. Oh, they have way more mana than I thought. Okay, this is pretty bad. right? Because now they can go Soul Ring into Chandra into uptick, and then they can Ugin like next turn. They can go Soul Ring into Metamorph, Metamorph a Soul Ring, Chandra uptick, play a Signet, and they'll be able to cast Ugin next turn. But this line does not let them Metamorph. I think this line is worse, right? I'm just gonna uptick Chandra, okay. Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Which is not that bad. Yeah, let's just go Tundra, Mox, Selfless Spirit. They can Treachery, but I can sacrifice this Selfless Spirit. And I'm gonna discard... I don't see Dismember being useful. The problem with this is they still have Chandra, right? And then next turn they can Chandra into Ugin. And then I'm in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, so they can just Treachery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... They played their land at 7. So yeah, next turn is 8 for Ugin. Oh, they just have Metamorph? Okay. Oh, sick. They can Metamorph into Treachery? That's even worse for me. Oh, or that. Alright, you know, sometimes you just die. But my opponent spent like 10 minutes on this game. They're gonna play an Ugin. Is Ugin beatable? This is the real question we have to ask ourselves. Okay. Oh, also they have Chandra ultimate? Yeah, I mean, here's the situation. We're gonna pass turn, play a Brazen Borrower. If my opponent ultimates Chandra and cannot cast any spells with their 16 mana, then we got a game. I fall to 10. Ooh, they're not ultimating Chandra. They have sneak attack? Uh-oh. Alright, let's play the Brazen Borrower. I could also learn about any potential counter spells they have, which would be really useful. There's a Kithian. Alright, let's attack Chandra. The ultimate is -10. I mean, they can ultimate Ugin. They kind of have to show me their deck for that to do stuff, though. Then we can Phantasmal Image the Brazen Borrower. Play Kithian. Play Hallowed Fountain tapped. I mean, there is a world in which I can win this. Now, Ugin's at 13. That's a little bit scary. Okay, they do have counterspell. See, I'm learning stuff. I mean, currently we can kill this Chandra. I want them to know about my Solitude? Probably not. I might just... Oh, they do have Tinker. Alright. This is just going to show me a lot of their deck, which I'm okay with. Like, that's useful to know about. Kill Chandra. Oh, I'm 1 mana short. I was going to Recruiter of the Guard for Flicker Wisp and then grab a Inkwell Leviathan. Can't do that. Play Plains. I can flash into Solitude and exile itself to gain life. Right. I'm still just dead to... Okay, I'll concede. I'm just dead to Ugin. I forgot about that. Like, I could have gained life and then maybe, like, attacked Ugin and done something, but there's no way that's going through. Ravages is pretty bad against them. So, Containment Priest stops Tinker. Is it better than... Is there any other random... It's probably better than Tithe Taker, I guess. They just have Tinker? It's probably better than Tithe Taker. Go first. The old one-lander. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand's better. We do have Sanctum Prelate. Plus Kithian Mana Tithe. Yeah, this is pretty good. We're gonna get rid of Brazen Borrower, because I just don't have blue mana. And let's just hope they don't have Soul Ring again. I'm not gonna hold up Mana Tithe on turn 1 to play around Soul Ring. I think that's... It's very unlikely they have it. And it's just... Yeah, it's just bad to not get your creature in play when you can. Attack for 2. Need a land. Let Hangerback Walker through. This is annoying. Go. I mean, if they have Tinker and I get to Mana Tithe it, that's good. But I'm at this point now, I'm kind of locked into just holding up mana forever. Because, like, I can't do anything else. And my opponent can just play around Mana Tithe. Yeah. I think we had a good shot if we drew lands in these games, but we just haven't. I think next turn if I draw a land, I could still be in it. But they can just now Tinker around Mana Tithe. They can play Chandra around Mana Tithe. Yeah. I really, really was going to cast Sanctum Prelate on 3, and that would just stop so much nonsense. Oh, and they still have Tinker playing around this? Ugh. Yeah, we're just dead. Yep. Get some things. Can't counter Tinker. Alright, now I just need to draw a Phantasmal Image. We're right back in this game. Oh my gosh. Recruiter of the Guard can find it? I guess that's my best shot. I need to draw a blue source. Problem with drawing a blue source is that Inkwell Leviathan can then attack me I think I'm dead. If I had gotten this down earlier, it would have worked, but I'm just gonna concede probably. I can chump block, but it has trample. Yeah, I'm just dead. Tell my opponent GG's. I'm not beating that. See you guys next round. Alright, we're here for round 3 against 24020. Tell our opponent could like have fun. And let's go first. Oh yeah. No blue source, but that's okay. 6. We'll hold it Mana Tithe. A lot of it depends on what deck they're playing, but... Ooh, Celestial Colonnade, okay. Ooh, I actually like this. I get to go Kythian this turn, and then next turn Selfless Spirit holding up Mana Tithe. And I'm just gonna tithe that. It feels like against blue-white control, just denying the mana, typically where you want to be. Now I get to go Mishra's Factory into Selfless Spirit, and I get to flip Kythian if they don't have anything, and they only have 3 mana, so... Okay. I can't flip Kythian. No, I can. Probably worth it, depending what they get. Palace Jailer. Alright, let's see what's going on over there. Palace Jailer, Fractured Identity, Time Warp, Council Judgment. Yikes. Okay. Actually, not that scared of Palace Jailer. They can Council Judgment my Kythian if it flips. I could take Fractured Identity and that kind of just gets it out of the question. Because right now I can activate Mishra's Factory and then swing out, but they just block Kythian. I can't do anything. So I'm gonna go land. Elite Spellbinder. Oh my gosh, it happened again. Alright, taking a picture. I tried to dismiss it before it reveals new ones. What am I taking with Elite Spellbinder? Should any Palace Jailer? I don't care about Jailer. Council's Judgment is annoying, but not that bad. I'm just gonna take Fractured Identity. The most powerful card by far. Hit them for 2. Like, Jailer is great when you're ahead, but it's pretty awkward when you're behind. So Fractured Identity's gone, and they played the Plains that was in their hand. So I'm guessing they're gonna Council's Judgment my Kythian, or my Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, okay, Council's Judgment is gone. Okay, Spellbinder's gone. So now if I draw a land, I can flip Kythian, and if I don't draw a land, drawing spells, and that's also quite good. Oh, I mean, just flyers are really good right now. Alright, cast this. Hit them for 2. So they can't set up any shenanigans with Time Warp plus the guy. It's really annoying not being able to just look over there. I know I hit dismiss or whatever, but it should just like update after you've seen everything. I know 2 of the 4 cards in their hand, and they draw Ancient Tomb? Oh gosh. Okay, so they Palace Jailer. Bit strange. But I guess they can set up a situation where they Time Walk, and then it would be good. Or they have another spell? Grim Monolith? Okay. But they fall at 12. I feel like I'm just gonna draw a land and jam Revelark, and then they're gonna be like, oh. Or, what if I drew that? I feel like we just attack with Selfless Spirit and defend the Monarch. Because they can't Time Warp and Colonnade, and as soon as we hit lands, like, first of all we get Bring Wingmare back, then we get to draw a land this turn, or a card. Where's the blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I guess they can now Fractured Identity. Exactly. Flicker Wisp the... Ooh, that's disgusting. Alright. They can Flicker Wisp the Palace Jailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then eat my Vryn Wingmare. Oof. And then they can Time Warp. Yeah, that's definitely something. The good part about this for me is they're going to 8 life. And they don't get a draw step off the Monarch until next turn. So they can like Fractured Identity my Kythian? No, they can't even, they're not even close to that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 1 mana they can. Okay, now they can. They get to draw. Yeah, this is pretty bad now. I need a land. Okay. I guess we go for this, right? This forces some pretty awkward blocks from them. I can sacrifice Selfless Spirit that leaves them with 1 Flicker Wisp, but me with a flipped Kythian. And I don't have to attack mana. How much does Kythian go to? Kythian has that much? Okay, yeah, I think I do this. Sacrifice this. And then I can use Kythian to cause them to attack my Kythian so that they don't they don't get the Monarch back after the following turn. Because he goes up to 5 now. I can Rish out and port the Celestial Colonnade, which I think I do on their upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, right now they need to draw a land to cast Fractured Identity. I don't like this. They have spells at end of turn. Oof. Okay, so they're bouncing Mishra's Factory, drawing some cards. Interesting. That's not so bad. Let's tap this. I guess they're just trying to guarantee, but they used Lotus Petal, so now there's no way they can Mystic Confluence. Okay, you can draw Teferi. Teferi can tuck Gideon, and then I'm in trouble. Yeah. Alright, I take 3. Does Flicker Wisp do anything? I just have to hope they don't see the line of just casting Fractured Identity, because this will work out okay if they don't Fractured Identity my Revelark. If they do, then they get back Palace Jailer Recruiter, and then I just concede. But it's not like I'm beating their, like, even just their Celestial Colonnade plus Teferi is winning, and they have Teferi, so I think this is one of those situations where if my opponent, they have Black Lotus, if my opponent makes a mistake, then I'm actually in okay shape of winning this game. If they don't make a mistake, I basically never am winning, so I'll just concede, yeah. I get back, I mean, I guess I'll give them like one more chance to make mistakes. I could hit like running double blue and then Sower of Temptation, the Revelark, and who knows. All of these games in this whole round have been like so absurd. Okay, well now they just gave me a way to win. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, I think I need running blue. This is gonna be a really tough matchup though. They just have all the good cards. Fractured Identity, Black Lotus, Teferi, Skyclave. There's a Mox. Okay, let's cast this. There's no way to get double blue with Flicker Wisp. I can get 2 blue separately, but I can't get it at the same time. So there's that. I guess we just Flicker Wisp a land, Rish import something, and hope they mess up. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. Although, again, I think that could have been a situation where I need to induce my opponent to make a mistake. So it might just be better for me to let them activate the Colonnade. Sun Titan. Yeah, we're gonna remand that. Getting back Black Lotus is not where I want to be. That is a bold attack. I will take it. Ugh, why couldn't that be anything else? Alright, well, let's go for the play. We get to Petty Theft their Flicker Wisp, take back the Monarch, put them to 1. Play land, play Kythian. And now we're drawing live to a blue source. I mean, their spells cost more. They have like 500 cards in hand, but white mana. Our mana's not bad, that's the funny thing. This is just you tap it. It's not like City of Brass. So there's no way for me to cheese them. We'll limit their mana. Hopefully Vryn Wingmare like locks them down from doing too much. I have 4 attackers, they only have 2 blockers. Let's see what they can conjure up. They have like a billion cards in hand. They only have 6 total mana. If Phantasmal Image, they can, oh, Phantasmal Image, Revelark, or Phantasmal Image Flicker Wisp? Interesting. Okay. They copy Flicker Wisp, but they can, I guess they just eat the Revelark token, so that's not so good. Maybe Time Reveler, bounce Flicker Wisp, maybe? Yeah, okay. I take 4. And then they're set up next turn to do something. I think if I draw a blue source, if they attack and I draw a blue source, I win. So let's do that. Please. Oh wait, aren't they dead on board? I feel like they're dead on board. I've just Flicker Wisp the Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, I don't think I have to draw anything. I think they just lose. They're looking at my hand. They know about the Flicker Wisp. They get 2 mana? I mean, I guess if they have like swords or something. Oh, they still have Teferi. Okay. Now Teferi's gone. Oh! This game has been so frustrating. Alright, well, let's Flicker Wisp their Skyclave Apparition token. It dies. Yeah, there's so many things I could have drawn at so many turns, but like Dismember last turn, I think I would have been able to win. Then I can Mishra's Factory and force them to chump block. Do I even want that? Don't actually think so, because they just get back Skyclave Apparition off of Revelark dying. They're gonna get back Palace. I'm just so dead. Yeah, I think my hope is just something really bad happening. I'll just like hope they mess up with Celestial Colonnade, and I don't even know. This is so frustrating though. Activate Colonnade. I believe in you, opponent. Okay, Gideon gives lifelink or vigilance. Okay, what are you targeting? I mean, you could have killed me, but we'll take it. They could have blinked my Flicker Wisp. Please attack with Skyclave. Please attack with Skyclave. Oh my gosh. Yes, okay. So let's Rishadan Port Celestial Colonnade. Then activate Mishra's Factory. I guess... No, this attack kind of makes sense because they can Palace Jailer my Mishra's Factory. Block here and block here. I think it's still worth going for though. Pump you. Any blue mana would be maybe too late at this point. Yeah, it's Recruiter of the Guard, Palace Jailers. Oh, right. They get back Skyclave Apparition. Ooh, Phantasmal Image. Oh, wow. They can copy Palace Jailer or copy Flicker Wisp. That's pretty sick. So now I lose all of my creatures. I'll see what I draw, but I don't think there's anything in my deck that helps with this. Then they get back Palace Jailer. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Normally I would cast Dismember, but I don't want them to know about it. Alright, their deck is like mine, but better. Perfect. I can work with this, I guess. Man, these games have really taken a toll on me. This is a long sequence. I'll keep this, though. We get to go turn 1, Hallowed Fountain tapped. I think the life is likely to matter. I don't think it's worth bluffing like Mana Tithe this early. Plus it maybe will make it more likely that they play into it. Kind of confused about the Lotus Petals, but I guess they get turn 1 something. Turn 1 Grim Monolith? Could be like a turn 2 Teferi. That would be unfortunate. I could have bluffed Mana Tithe, but you know what? If they get below Elite Spellbinder, it is what it is. Yeah, okay, turn 2 Teferi. That's actually not that bad. Let's start by attacking Teferi and see what happens there. Okay. Guess I want to play Elite Spellbinder to lock them off of spells? Or Blade Splicer because it pressures Teferi the most. Blade Splicer. That makes sense to me, I think. No, they can't really Council's Judgment. The creature that comes down in exile stuff is fine. And then next turn I can go like Elite Spellbinder Urza Saga. Ha. Oh, that's funny. And tap 2. They untap Grim Monolith now? No, okay. I don't want to give them that level of value. There's Kithian. They block here, yeah, I played the wrong one. Put Teferi to 1. I guess we're gonna play Elite Spellbinder regardless, so let's cast it first and see what's going on, and then I can decide what I want to do. See what you got. Ooh, Evoke Solitude, okay. Are they exiling my Elite Spellbinder? That's fine. Okay, I don't hate that. Skyclave Apparition, Lyra Dawnbringer, Recruiter of the Guard. Lyra Dawnbringer. I probably need to save Path to Exile for that. So I'm gonna take Skyclave Apparition so their hand is really awkward next turn. Or do I just take the... Problem is I can't really just take Lyra Dawnbringer because my opponent can just like spend their turn untapping Grim Monolith and then they'll be up to 8 mana and then they can cast her. Although Recruiter of the Guard can grab Palace Jailer. Oh, that's pretty bad here. Let's just take Skyclave. We're not gonna Swords. We're just gonna swing out a Teferi. The Teferi gives them 1 more card. Not so bad. We know their hand. And we know their exiled cards. Okay, so they played the card they drew for turn. That's good. It's just more information for us. Oh, Skyclave's gone. I guess they're kind of all in on this Lyra Dawnbringer thing. I don't remember seeing any instants from them, really. What is this? Did they draw like Archangel Avacyn? You know, sometimes you just get God. Alright. Fair enough. Well played, opponent. Well played. I guess at this point we're gonna go Selfless Spirit. Yeah, I'm not gonna get any activations of Urza Saga. That's fine though. I mean, again, it's just a land, right? Like, I'm not really giving up too much here. Selfless Spirit, Seasoned Hollowblade. This just becomes about using my mana effectively. See if they block with Wall of Omens. Next turn, I can play Silverblade Paladin, giving Selfless Spirit double strike, and then Path to Exile the Lyra Dawnbringer. That seems pretty good. Yep. That's there, that's there. And then they have Recruiter of the Guard. Skyclave Apparition they can cast at some point. And then 2 unknowns. Somehow we're at parity. It's because they've used Teferi as a tempo play. Okay, so I can float mana here. Grab the Mox. Play Silverblade. Full Bond with Selfless Spirit. I was supposed to Path to Exile the Lyra Dawnbringer. If they have a counterspell here, I'm in deep trouble. Like, Mana Leak really hurts. Okay, that goes through. That's good. So I can attack Teferi with this and then them with these. Just kills Teferi. Haven't seen any tricks from them. Alright. Good, good. And then I get to play Kythian. My board's pretty good. I get to flip a Kythian. They can Skyclave Apparition the Silverblade maybe, but that's not so bad. And the best case, I guess this is, yeah, just them playing something I know about is best case scenario for me. I think it has to be Silverblade. Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't want to sacrifice it because when this dies, me getting stuff seems very useful. Ooh, Brazen Borrower. Alright, we are playing against Caveman X. We're going to keep this hand. It's on the draw, but it's not the worst. We have Rishadan Port, Kythian. We can see what's in their hand to know like which key turns to Rishadan Port them. So overall, not too mad. Gonna pay life here. That almost ended up costing me last game. But I think my opponent misplayed on 1 critical turn. Although I don't even know if they did because they needed to have mana to play Teferi. Signet, Metamorph. Ooh. I guess Rishadan? I can't even Rishadan Port. Let's just go Kythian. Them being on the play makes this pretty rough. Stonecoil, Hangerback, yeah. I mean, they probably play Signet. Interesting, okay. I'll take that. Flooded Strand. Do something. I guess I'm gonna just Rishadan Port. I know they can level up their Hangerback Walker, but I do have Path to Exile to deal with that eventually. And like locking them off of casting Signet seems useful. Interesting. They didn't want to level up the Hangerback. Okay, that feels like a clean time walk to me. There's a Revelark. So we can get down Elite Spellbinder. This doesn't have reach. We can take... I guess Hangerback Walker is gone. I just take Stonecoil Serpent. Playing this. Play the Spellbinder. Oh. Okay. I guess I just dismissed. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, Colonnade is a little scary, but not the end of the world. Fractured Identity doesn't even do that much. Like, it's annoying, but Face Fetters, they gain life. Okay. Play land. Swing out. I guess we just keep Sower of Temptation in hand for things. Alright, I'm now the Monarch. They're down to 10 life as well. Ooh, Muldrifter was perfect. Okay, they're down to 1:37. I F6. I don't have any effects this turn. They have Flicker Wisp, they can eat a construct. That's fine. They can also hit me with Colonnade? No, they have no cards in hand? Okay. Ooh, Oust is pretty nice. Don't really need to do anything, right? Just cast Muldrifter. I have the Monarch. Cave of the Frost Dragon is excellent. We also have Revelark. I guess I do attack with Silverblade Paladin because of the double strike. If they want to trade it with Celestial Colonnade, they can. Okay. This is like their best card, so like getting through to this seems really good. Interesting double block. Yeah, we'll just kill the Colonnade. And I guess I want to oust this Flicker Wisp? No. Yeah, if I oust the Flicker Wisp, there's like no chance they get the Monarch back. And then they also have to redraw a Flicker Wisp, which is so bad on this board. I think we're gonna do this. 40 seconds left. Fractured Identity on Muldrifter. Phantasmal Image on Muldrifter. Okay. You know what? There's still hope for them. And Fractured Identity. You know what? They're still fighting. The problem is they're down to 20 seconds. And then they can Flicker Wisp. No, the Muldrifter is a token, so that doesn't even work. Teferi's pretty good. But I think they just time out. They bounce a token, but they have 7 seconds left. I'm just gonna play Revelark and pass turn. Okay, wow. We timed them out. That was probably the longest matches I've ever played. We did end up winning a 1-1 game. Whew, this deck, it was able to fight. It was not amazing, but Urza Saga definitely overperformed. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.